Hi, my name is Brandon Hardigree, and I'm a third-year Euphonium player at Jacksonville State University. Today, I'll be making a short video going over some tricky spots and practice techniques in the 2020-2021 Alabama High School Euphonium Etudes. Let's get right into it. The first etude that we will be discussing today is Fantasy Brillante. It is the third solo in the back of the Arbon's Characteristic Studies for Tuba and Euphonium. This particular etude is just the introduction, so there's no need to go on to both the theme or the first variation. This etude can be split up into 4 different parts. You start off in the key of B flat minor. You come in right on measure 9. Measure 9 you come in, and then you go all the way down for maybe a quarter of the page, and then the key switches to B flat major. You go from 5 flats to 2 flats. That is the first part, the beginning to where the key changes. The second part is the entire B flat section. That goes on for maybe 10 or 12 measures. The third section will be when it goes back into B flat minor, maybe 10 or 12 measures after the key change to B flat major. The third section is the B flat minor repeat all the way into the fermata with the F above the staff right before the cadenza. And the final section is, of course, the cadenza. The cadenza will be the part that I talk about most today. And first of all, I'd like to talk about dynamics before we dive into the cadenza. Looking at the page, just going down the page with the dynamics as written. Forte, mezzo forte, forte, piano, pianissimo, mezzo forte, forte, fortissimo, all the way down, and you have some crescendos written in, more fortes, more fortes. So this is almost every single dynamic written is written into this piece. That you can, almost every single common dynamic that you see written is in this particular etude. Make sure that your dynamics are audibly different from each other. Make sure that your piano is a true piano, and make sure that pianissimo is softer than that. Make sure your forte is a true, strong forte, and your fortissimo is just a little bit stronger. I like to think of dynamics on a number scale from 1 to 10. 0 being nothing, 1 being pianissimo, 10 being obviously fortissimo. So if you think about dynamics with a number scale, it gets easier to play them. So make sure that the dynamics start from your breath. Make sure you take a deep breath in so you can push the air right out. If you take a deep breath in, you'll have a deep dark tone coming in and a deep dark tone coming out. It'll correlate exactly to each other. So the cadenza at the bottom of the page is just a short little ad lib. It's not in tempo, it's just your own little thing. I will go ahead and play that for you right now. Starting right on the cadenza. That's the cadenza. Hope this helps a little bit. Let's move on to the next etude. The second and final selection for this audition is the technical etude. It is variations on a song called The Beautiful Snow. It is the 5th solo in the back of the Arbon's Characteristic Studies book for tuba and euphonium, the same book as the first etude, just a couple solos back. This selection is variation 2 only. No need to play the introduction or variation 1. Coming right off here, on the very first full measure, you have a pickup on 4, and right in the first full measure, there is a E flat arpeggio going down the range of the horn and back up the range of the horn, all the way from G in the staff to G on the first line of the staff, all the way up to E flat on top of above the staff. The way I practice this is to take a big deep breath and slur it first, really slowly, and then slowly build up your speed, kind of like this. I'll slur it first. The most important thing is repetition. Make sure to push more air when you go down lower in the range and keep the air going fast as you're going up the range. Try not to run out of air. So if you practice the more reps you get with that, the easier it will get. The big key is repetition. The second thing I want to talk about is note lengths. There are several staccato 16th notes written in this etude. So when you see staccato 16th notes, I'm sorry, I meant staccato 16th notes. When you see staccato 16th notes, make sure that you play them nice and long. I know they're written short, but if you play them longer, they will come out a lot cleaner. For example, at the end, right before the repeat, there is an E-flat scale going up, just a normal scale pattern, but it's written as staccato. I'll play it as written. Sounds kind of sticky and just pointy. Smooth out those 16th notes by playing them longer, more tenuto. It'll come out a lot cleaner and it'll sound a lot better to a judge's panel. The last thing I want to talk about are the grace notes. At the end of the third line, maybe about 2-3 measures into the first ending, after the repeat, there's a grace note on beat 4. Springboard right off beat 4, that B flat on the beat 4, right to the set of 4 16th notes, so you can propel onto the 16th notes to come on right on measure 1 right after that. I'm going to start on the measure with the 16th notes and play it. Springboard right off the B flat in the staff, right to those grace notes so you can propel yourself into the 16th notes that follow. The key to practicing this piece, any technical piece, is to practice it slow. You practice it slow and slowly build up your tempo until you reach the desired tempo. The desired tempo for this piece, for the goal tempo, is 110. I'd say start at about 60. Wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you can play it. The slower you get it, awesome. The slower you get it, and the more progress you can make. Hope this helps.